I just saw a couple movies. Let's talk about them.
The Senate committee will now hear from Jacob Lawson.
Sometimes an experience in a movie theater can teach you things about the kind of person you are that you weren't even aware of. And goddammit, Geostorm did that for me. I would have never anticipated it, but it happened. I realized I love disaster movies. I'm a sucker for them, actually. It doesn't matter how shit or cliched they are. It doesn't matter how many I've seen. I still get a kick out of them. I dug 2012. I liked San Andreas. I liked The Wave, although that movie was actually good. And you can add Geostorm to that list of movies. It's not good, of course. It's poorly written. It's not a special effects funhouse, as these movies often are. There wasn't some amazing scene that showed off really good cinematography or an understanding of visual storytelling that you can sometimes find in these other movies. Like, I dare you to watch 2012 and not tell me the scene of Los Angeles sinking into the Pacific Ocean isn't fucking awesome. But in spite of all that nothing, I still enjoyed Geostorm. In Geostorm, humanity has come together to create Dutch Boy and its brother Cuphead. It's a series of satellites that controls the weather. Our hero, Gerard Butler, is a man who has trouble deciding which accent he wants to use at any given time. He built the system and has to go back into space to fix it when it starts to malfunction. What follows is 90 minutes of generic action and familial drama to spice things up. Gerard Butler is estranged from his brother works for the government and is having a secret fling with a Secret Service agent, and Gerard Butler also has a daughter that's weirdly quirky. I don't know what it is with movies lately and having the kids be overly odd. They ask dumb questions that no child would ask, or they're weirdly fixated on strange subjects, like the kid in Jurassic World asking how much the island weighs. The daughter in Geostorm also uses a similarly strange amount of specificity. She knows the exact mileage to the International Space Station and the exact temperature in space. Okay. The film has an in-your-face environmental message. It essentially boils down to, hey guys, we'd be better equipped to handle extreme weather events if we actually, work together to combat the problem as a species instead of as a singular nation. It's a bit naive, but it's a nice thought, I guess. Although I think the antagonist of the film sort of detracts from it a bit. You're gonna guess who it is the minute he steps on screen, and his motivation for doing what he does is quite dumb. The villain in this movie wants to sabotage the one thing that protects the world from fatal weather events so that he can rule the world himself. They even bring up in the movie how dumb this is. Why would you want to be in charge of a world with no one in it? One character in the movie is in it for money, and it really begs the question, if your villains are going to have such lame motivation, why have a villain at all? If it was just man versus nature, you could still have your environmental message and not lose anything without having a human antagonist. You could even have it be a red herring and it would have improved the film. But what did I like about Geostorm? Because everything I'm saying so far sounds pretty fucking negative. Well, yeah, objectively, this movie's trash. I guess I liked Gerard Butler, even if the dialogue he was given was the drizzling shits. I liked the end, when the two brothers came together and had a nice little moment with the daughter. I also got quite a few laughs from the destruction scenes, although I don't think that's what they were going for. Dodging lightning bolts in a smart car was a real highlight for me. I think somebody had just gotten through playing the Thunder Plains level in Final Fantasy X and just decided to make it a scene in this movie. Now, at the end of the day, it's not better than any other disaster movie of the last couple of years, save for maybe Into the Storm. And if your expectations are low enough, maybe you'll get something out of it too. I know that's probably not going to be the case, but I enjoyed this movie enough to give it a 6 out of 10.
He calls himself the Snowman Killer. He's completely insane.
I also saw The Snowman, starring Michael Fassbender. This movie was ridiculously boring. In it, Michael Fassbender plays Harry Hole. Ha, language barriers, am I right? Harry is a drunken detective who gains sustenance from murder mysteries, and he gets his fix in the form of the Snowman Killer, a fucking bonkers serial killer that's going after women with bastard children. Of course, the killer isn't bonkers just because he decapitates people. No, it's his idiotic signature that really bothers me. It's a good thing that everybody in Oslo's fucking awful, because this moron takes forever to set up his dumb snowman calling card. When will serial killers learn that your success rate is more likely to go up if you lose your need to fucking advertise? Anyway, this movie's a jumbled mess that was probably edited by a squirrel. There are so many simultaneous plot threads that there are times you forget you're actually watching a murder mystery. The movie jumps timelines and locations frequently. It's trying so hard to keep a fairly standard, mundane murder mystery in check. I was surprised at the number of actors I actually recognized in this film. I thought I was just gonna know Michael Fassbender and J.K. Simmons, but Val Kilmer shows up too, playing a drunken detective, and he was so overdubbed and he looked so out of it that I was worried something was legitimately wrong with Val Kilmer. Like, I hope he's okay. Charlotte Gainsbourg is also in this film, and after all the shit she did for Von Trier, this movie must have been a cakewalk. The movie does a really bad job at revealing information to allow the audience to use the clues to solve the mystery. Eventually, the clue that points to the actual killer is revealed, and that's all there is to it. It didn't help that receiving those other clues was jumbled in with side plots about a Winter Olympics bid and a delinquent teenager. Nothing really flowed. I hated that the Snowman killer was dispatched in the worst way possible. Poetic? Sure. Fucking dumb? Absolutely. He was walking on a frozen lake and has Michael Fassbender completely incapacitated, but decides to step on the one patch of unstable ice on the whole fucking lake. He falls in, and the current takes him away, crisis averted, movie over. If you would have told me a month ago that I would see Geostorm and Snowman in the same weekend, and that I would have enjoyed Geostorm more, I probably would have said you're crazy. But it's true. It's one thing to be an entertaining mess, but Snowman is a boring mess. It's over 2 hours, really drags in the middle, and it makes no fucking sense. And I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. So, that's 3 films in a row that haven't exactly been great, but I think some fun ones might be on the horizon. Also, I might do some other forms of media on these quick little thoughts videos, not sure yet. Also, working on a new episode of Drunken May, just recorded it, waiting on a couple of things to come in, and also, to not procrastinate, I just gotta edit it. And I have another video project I'm toying around with, doing a lot of writing. Stay tuned, okay, thanks, fuck you, bye.